Good morning and welcome to Daily Tanya. Today is Tuesday, the 5th day of Iyar. Let's begin with tzedakah. Gedoyle tzedakah, shemekareves esageula. Tzedakah will bring us the true and complete redemption. We're all going to be free in the Holy Land, the Eretz HaKodesh. So, last night we counted the 20th day, 20 days for the Omer. And we continue in Tanya chapter 44. Talking about the love and fear of Hashem. And today the Alter Rebbe is going to talk about the revealing of the hidden love that we have inside. And that takes contemplation and meditation. We'll explain. So to understand what we are going to learn today, we're going to give a little introduction, what we already learned in the previous lessons. And that is what it says in the Zohar, that when you study Torah and you do mitzvahs, but if it's done without love and fear, then it does not fly up. It doesn't rise up to the higher levels. It doesn't unite with the higher levels of godliness. And we spoke about what does it mean, the higher levels. We spoke about in the past that Hashem created many, many different worlds. Not worlds in different places, it's all in here. It's worlds in terms of godly revelation, at different levels, the scale of how much revelation of godliness there is. In general, the Kabbalah talks about the four worlds of Atzilut, Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. The world of Atzilus is the world of emanation, a world where there is no separate entity other than God. The world of Atzilus is a state of where godliness is completely revealed. And then there is the three lower worlds, the world of Bria, the world of creation. This is where the godly intellect is revealed. There is the world of Yetzira, where there is the godly emotive attributes is revealed. And then there is the world of action. And we explained that when you do a mitzvah and you do it out of, there's two types, generally speaking, two types of love and fear that one can develop. The Alter Rebbe calls it in general the term of kavana. When you do a mitzvah with kavana, with intent, what is the intent? What is the kavana? When you do it with the feeling of love to Hashem, you do the mitzvah with feelings, with emotions, fear of Hashem, love of Hashem. So there is one way of developing the love which comes as a result of understanding. And that is a very high level. That through your understanding, you should develop a feeling. That's not easy. And when it's done, when a mitzvah is done that way, the mitzvah is being elevated to the world of Beria, the world of intellect. Then there is the lower level, which is emotive, a world of emotions. It's something that is a love that is triggered not as a result of understanding and creating that love, but it's merely revealing the hidden love that there is naturally in you. And that does not take so much contemplation and understanding. Because to develop a feeling out of understanding is very, very hard. Like, for example, if you learn, you understand that you have a health issue, and the doctor tells you that although you like very much, you enjoy smoking, but smoking is not good for you, then you'll understand that, and you probably will stop smoking. But do you lose the temptation, the desire? You don't develop a feeling of hatred toward smoking. You still want to smoke. A person who is able to contemplate on something and really develop a feeling is a big, very, very high level. Certainly when we speak about spirituality and physical, a feeling towards spirituality as opposed to physical and material things, that takes a lot. And that is why when a person reaches that level of loving Hashem, fearing Hashem, out of understanding, he's able to create such a feeling out of his understanding. Therefore, it leads to elevate the mitzvahs and everything what you do to such a high level of the world of Beria, a world where the godly intellect is revealed. Whereas the other level elevates the mitzvahs to the world of Yetzirah, the world of emotions. Okay, now that we have explained this, we go back to what we learned yesterday. Yesterday we spoke about the two loves, the two types of loves. The love of understanding that God is my life. Nafshi ivisicha. You're my soul, that's why I desire you. Just like a person desires to live and will do anything for that. And then there is a higher level of love. The higher level of love is when you understand not only that you love your Hashem just like a child loves his father. And that is why is this a higher level? Because in that case, a child sometimes is ready to give up his or her life to save the father or the mother. It is a love, we said this is a love of that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses' level, he had that type of love. And this is something that these two levels of love, we all have hidden deep inside us by nature. And we explained yesterday that although we're not capable of elevating this love, meaning we're not capable of developing and really feeling that type of love, nevertheless, since we know it is there, we should repeat and talk about it. And when we act upon it, Hashem combines the thought to the action. Meaning that even though we don't feel it openly in our heart, but it is still elevates the mitzvahs that we do. So if we're going to ask now, these two types of love, is this, in what category is this? Is this in the category of the intellectual love, which elevates to the world of Bria, or is it in the category of the natural love, which elevates only to the world of emotion, world of Yetzirah? One would think that this is something which is more of a natural thing. It's not something that you develop. You have to create the love through understanding. So the Alter Rebbe goes on here and says in this chapter, in this part of the chapter, that although these two levels of love, the love of nafshi v'sicha, my soul, I desire you, and the love of like a child risks his life for his father, these two levels of love, although they are considered natural because they're innate love by our nature, nevertheless, naturally, it is not open, it is not revealed. And in order to bring it out to the open, it really takes a lot of concentration and fixation of our mind. So therefore, being that we use our mind, our intellect to be able to reveal that love, therefore it also enables to elevate this mitzvahs that we do with this love, not only to the world of Yetzirah, but also to the world of Beria, the world of the intellect. We are able to elevate it to such a high level. Let's see inside what the Alter Rebbe says. V'hine, beis bechinis aves elu, the said two categories of love. That of my soul, I desire you, love a Jew feels for God upon realizing that he is true life. And that which is like a son, loving God as one's true father. So these two types of love. Af shehein Yerusha lanu me'aveseinu. although they are an inheritance unto us from our patriarchs. And like a natural instinct in our souls. And so, too, as a natural instinct is the fear that is comprised in them, namely, the fear of being sundered, being separated, God forbid, from the source of our life and our true Father, blessed be He. Meaning, what Alter Rebbe is saying here is, as you remember, we said love alone is not enough. In order to be able to fly up, you need two wings. You can't do it with one wing. The two wings are the love and fear. Love of Hashem and fear of Hashem. So says the Alter Rebbe here that this love that we have by nature includes in it also fear, because you love Hashem so much by nature that you're fearful of being separated from Him, chas v'shalom. So it would seem that these two loves are considered natural love, and therefore will not be able to elevate the Torah and mitzvahs to the world of the intellect, the world of Beria. Says the Alter Rebbe, no, that's not the case. Nevertheless, they are able to elevate to the world of Beria. How? So it says, they are nevertheless not termed natural, fear and love, unless they be in the mind and thought alone and in the latency of the heart. If it's only in your mind, meaning if this natural love that you have you will only understand that you have this natural love, but you're not going to have an effect on the actual feelings, then it remains only in the world of emotions, because this natural feeling does not lead that the intellect should be able to create the feeling of love and fear. And then in that case, if it didn't develop that emotions, then it remains in the world of Yetzirah. Ve'az mekayim beyud tzfiras di Yetzirah, u'leshom in mailas imoyan atira v'mitzvus abois machmason v'sibason. Then there are places in the 10 spheres of Yetzirah, the place and level of the natural emotions, to where they raise up with them the Torah and mitzvahs, of which they have been the inspiration and cause. So again, it raises up if you only have in your mind and your thought that this is the right thing, that this is what you have, this is your nature, but you didn't create emotions with that understanding. So it leaves the level of the Torah mitzvahs that you did. It lifts up and rises to the level of Yetzirah, which is the world of natural emotions. However, if you are able to contemplate on this thought and to reveal in your heart this feeling, then it elevates it to the higher world, the world of Beria. That's what Alter Rebbe continues. But when they, meaning the 2 degrees of love, are in a manifest state in the heart as a result of his contemplation, they are called in the Zohar Usa de Liba, their heart's desire, a more exalted love than the natural love. Why? Because this is a love that is created through your understanding. When you contemplate on the fact and it affects your heart, affects your feelings, then you elevate the Torah mitzvahs to the higher level of intellect. And their place is in the 10 spheres, the 10 attributes of the world of Beria, the world of of the intellect. Ulesham hein malis imoyin atira v'mitzvus abayis machmasam, where they raise up with them the Torah and mitzvahs of which they have been the cause, meaning which have been performed with the ardor of this love. And the Alter Rebbe explains why, because in order to reveal that, you need to have the das. As we learned in the past, what is the das? The knowledge. Knowledge means the contemplation and the fixation of mind, very strong fixation of mind, and the idea that to the point that it matters to you. It's not just understanding something, but you understand something so deeply and you fixate your mind to it. Just like when a person wants to, God forbid, his child is in danger, he needs to save his life. You're going to be fixated, and your mind is going to think not just anything else. When you think and you understand something here, you're going to be really, really connected and fixated to it until you get the action, until you bring it out to reality. And this is the idea here, says the Alter Rebbe, when a person thinks of this concept, how Hashem is our Father, how Hashem is our life, and you fixate your mind to it to the point that you start feeling it. Then, therefore, it's not just a natural love, even though it originates by the natural love, but you worked so hard to bring it out to the open that you start feeling it. Therefore, you're actually using the intellect, the godly intellect, to develop this feeling, and therefore it elevates the Torah and the mitzvahs that is done as a result of this process and elevates it to the world of Beria, the world of godly intellect. That's what Alter Rebbe says, מפני שיציאסו מהאלם וההסתר הלב אל בחינת גילוי, היא על ידי הדס וסקיאס המחשבה בחוזק. For the emergence from the latency and concealment of the heart into a state of revelation, this comes through the faculty of das, meaning through a powerful fixation of the mind and an intense concentration, which comes from the depth of the heart, powerfully and frequently. The Ein Sof Baruch Hu, Eichu Chayenu Mamash V'Avinu Amiti Baruch Hu. And the blessed Ein Sof, as to how he is our very life and our blessed true Father. And since his contemplation is so powerful and deep, says Alter Rebbe, that's why it elevates it to the world of Beria. Moreover, what is written in the Tikkunim, it is well known. It says that there, in the world of Beria, nests the supernal mother, meaning the level of Bina of Atzilus. The level of the intellect of Atzilus nests in the world of Beria. Shehi ha'izboinenus ba'oyer ein sof chaya chayim baruch hu, which in terms of man's spiritual service is the contemplation on the infinite light of blessed Ein Sof, the giver of life, blessed be he. Ukemaimar Eliyahu bina liba uvo alev mevin. And this is in accordance with the teaching of Eliyahu in the Tikkunei Zohar, in the section beginning Pasach Eliyahu. We say it every Friday night. Some people say it every day. So it says bina liba. Bina is the heart. Uva alev mevin, and with it, the heart understands. And the question is, what does it mean the heart understands, the mind understands? And this the Alter Rebbe brings to show what he was teaching here, that when we're talking about a feeling that is developed, it comes from the heart, but it comes in the heart through understanding. That makes it that the heart understands that you feel something as a result of the understanding. This means to say that the meditation and understanding taking place in the mind illuminate the heart. So therefore, what we said is that this elevates the mitzvahs and the Torah mitzvahs to the world of Beriah. Now the Alter Rebbe concludes yet another level. Okay, as we said in a few lessons ago, there is the love, all what we're talking about, the love of here is love that you develop, which is called the Ahavat Olam, the world, the love that comes as a result of contemplating the world, contemplating that God is our Father and everything. There is yet a higher level of love, which is, as you remember, we spoke about, it's called Ahava Rabba, the great love. What is the great love? The great love is something which has nothing to do with your deeds, your actions. It is something that comes from a gift from above. The love that comes from above is even higher than the world of Berea. Comes from Atzilus. Because this is something which has nothing to do with our understanding. So the Alter Rebbe says that in these levels of love that we spoke about, the love of God is my life, my soul, my life, and God is our Father. This has also an element of the great love that comes from above. So in a sense, is even greater than the love that comes from the intellectual love. That's what Alter Rebbe goes on. Furthermore, it says these two categories of love that have been referred to above, meaning the love of my soul, God is my soul, my life, and the love of like a son loves his father. So they incorporate a quality of love which is greater and more sublime than intelligent fear and love, the kind that results from contemplating God's greatness. Asher ava nikris le'el b'shem ava selam. The love termed above ahavat olam, these two kinds of love also partake of the quality of Ahava Rabba, which is loftier than Ahavat Olam. Okay, so Ahava Rabba is the world, is like we said, it's rooted in the world of Atzilus, the pure godliness. So I know it's getting a little complicated, a little complex, but to make it simple. So we have the love that comes from above, or the love that we develop. The love comes from above is Ahava Rabba. Love that we develop has many different levels. Love that we develop through understanding. Love that we develop through revealing the natural love. But here the Alter Rebbe says that this love that we are talking about is sort of a hybrid of both. The love that we have of understanding the nafshi ivisicha, God is my soul, my life, and the love that we have naturally in us, as on the one end, and that God is our Father, and like a child loves his father. So on the one hand, this is a natural thing, but on the other hand, we develop it through our understanding. And Alter Rebbe says, not only does it elevate to the world of intellect, but being that it has in it also the natural love that Hashem gave us, which is a gift from above, it has in it the element of a love which comes from the world of Atzilus. A love which is something a person can never reach on his own. So the question then is, why do we need the contemplation if we have already something which comes from above? So this will answer, God willing, in tomorrow's lesson. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you B'ezrat Hashem tomorrow.